Welcome to the Radar Talk Show. Today we are going to interview Mr. Andrea Di Bella, the manager of RINA Dubai, in order to discuss the recent achievements in order to protect the marine environment. Mr. Andrea, thank you for being with us in Marasi TV for the Radar Talk Show. Moving to our discussion, what was the biggest safety and environmental protection improvement over the last 10 years, and how did RINA actually did a lot in order to change this industry?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for being here at RINA office in Dubai. And with regards to environmental, we have to say that shipping transport something like 90% of a global trade worldwide. But statistically, is the less environmentally damaging mode of transport. In any case, there have been huge changes in the recent year in the regulation, and the primary focus has been reduction of the environmental footprint of shipping. And this, of course, had a dramatic impact on the shipping industry and manufacturing itself. More stringent regulation has been introduced over the years in order to reduce engine emissions and to set up requirements for more efficient ship management, let's say. For instance, the MARPOL Annex 6, which was first introduced in 1997 to restrict air pollution from the shipping industry, has been subsequently revised in order to introduce from 2010 more stringent and progressive reduction in sulfur oxide, nitrogen oxide, particulate, and also it was introduced they were introduced some specific emission control areas to further reduce the emission of these pollutants in these specific geographic areas. Moreover, under MARPOL Annex 6, the global sulfur cap will be reduced from the current 3.5% to 0.5%. And the news of these days is that it will be effective from the 1st of January of 2020. So, the industry, as I was saying before, is dramatically affected by this, and in order to fulfill this requirement, there are different options on the table. Of course, the most easy one is the use of low sulfur fuel. But the industry has to cope with availability of this kind of fuel on a global scale. Another possibility is the use of scrubbers. They are pretty efficient, but they need some space on the vessels. Scrubbers will reduce by 99% the sulfur dioxide and as well the emission of particulates. But there are as well some concern about the byproducts that they could generate and which have to be stored on the vessel. The engine manufacturers are working on engine modifications, and one of the most promising, last but not least, one of the most promising is the use of LNG as fuel. In addition to this, in 2011, IMO adopted mandatory technical and operation energy efficiency measurement, and which we expect could significantly decrease the greenhouse gas emission, and that means CO2 emission from the marine engine. And then everybody in these days is speaking about ballast water management, which came into force, the ballast water management regulation, which will came into force starting from the 8th of September 2017. We have to say that since the introduction of steel hull, ballast water has been water has been used as ballast to stabilize the vessel at sea, and it's essential. The ballast water is essential for a safe and efficient motor sailing. But on the other hand, there is the problem that we are moving from one side to the other of the globe, organism together with the water. And this can create serious environmental, economic and health issues around the world. For this reason, IMO has decided to introduce this regulation, which will require to every to all the vessels which will be trading internationally to have a specific ballast water management system, and most of them will be also required to install on board specific equipment in order to purify the water from unwanted organisms. So this regarding the latest, let's say, changes on the environmental side. For what concerns the safety, well, safety is governed by the SOLAS, which has been introduced a long time ago, actually after the Titanic disaster, and the convention has been modified several times and recently amended in order always to further enhance the safety of the people at sea. So, in conclusion, this regulation really have dramatically changed the industry over the past years, and now the shipping industry for sure is safer and is going as well to have a smaller environmental footprint, and as well will be as well more efficient.
And how many vessels are registered with RINA?
Well, in the market we don't refer actually to the number of vessels but to the gross tonnage. Currently we are approaching a gross tonnage of 37 million with something like 5,800 plus vessels. In fact, even today, the present difficult market situation with so low shipping rates, we were able in the past 3 quarters of 2016 to increase globally our fleets of 390 vessels for a total of 1.3 million gross tonnage. So we're doing pretty well, notwithstanding the market situation, let's say.
Since you are realizing the growing momentum for the investing in eco-ships, can you please elaborate more on the relevant services that are offering by RINA in this regarding this industry?
Well, when looking at the big picture and at the generation which will follow us, it is always a good time for eco-choices. And investing in eco-ships provides a number of advantages, not only for the environment, but also for the ship owners. Because in the long term, investing in eco-ships means improving the efficiency of the vessel, improving the efficiency of the shipping industry. That means at the very end, improve efficiency always means a cost saving. And in these days of when marine rates are so low, some additional cost saving on the fuel can make the difference. On this regards, RINA has developed a specific software suite named Ego InfoShips, which supports our clients in evaluating the best energy efficiency solutions. Actually, this software is a decision support tools which provides reliable information on trim optimization, on the propulsion efficiency, and on the definition of a route accordingly to the meteor-ocean condition. Just to give you an idea, on specific case, it gave fuel saving spanning between 3 to 5%. As well, it can provide accurate reporting to the company regarding the fuel, and can be used as a decision tool for deciding whether retrofitting any vessel. And it complies as well with the latest regulation regarding greenhouse gas monitoring emission. Our clients are very much satisfied with this software, and we are currently installing it on the fleet of our clients. And for instance, we are currently installing it on the entire MSC fleet. Furthermore, there is as well the use of LNG as a green solution. It has been introduced as fuel in the shipping industry, and RINA recently has been involved in the supervision of, during the construction of 2 LNG fuel cruise vessels for the Carnival Group. LNG has, of course, the advantage of being cleaner, and not only, it is interesting as here in the Middle East, we have, there is plenty of supply of natural gas as well as oil. And in this area, an increased use of natural gas could mean a reduction in the use of oil, which in turn means more oil that can be exported. And this, of course, can be a great benefit for the economies of the GCC countries.
So, despite all the significant effort that has been done recently, especially by the IMO, in order to reduce the number of the accidents that's happening in the maritime industry, we are witnessing accidents like MOL Comfort, Costa Concordia. So, from your opinion, what should be done in order to avoid all the negative implications that are occurring because of these accidents?
Yes. If we look at the root causes of this accident, they are all very different. And of course, the shipping industry is continuously looking at improving safety. RINA has recently developed a series of additional services for improving the operational management of ferries, extending a methodology of asset integrity management, which is already widespread in the oil and gas in the oil and gas industry to the shipping sector. Moreover, unfortunately, human errors remain the most important factor in marine accident. And so we have widened our portfolio of training courses, both for maritime crews and for ship operators. Our aim is actually to enhance the competence and the awareness of people operating the shipping industry.
And Mr. Andrea, regarding your main operational project in the UAE, would you please elaborate more on the significant projects that you are working with, and actually if you have any strategic partnerships with the organizations that are working in the maritime industry in the UAE?
Yes, let's say that for sure our most important project we have in the UAE is the partnership with Tasnif. We are very much committed together with Tasnif in enhancing the maritime cluster here in the UAE, and together we are providing ship classification services to local ship owner trading internationally, and this is definitely our most important project we have here in the UAE and in the region.
Thank you, Mr. Andrea, for such informative interview. We hope that our audience gets useful information about the main role that RINA plays in order to protect the maritime environment.
Thank you very much.
You can stay tuned with more videos on our official online channel and social media that's appearing on the screen right now. Thank you. Stay with us for the next episode.